I closed my eyes. I couldn't help but recall what I had seen in the room at the end of the hallway. My heart raced. I was just about to turn and run out of the dining room when I sensed something behind me. Like the first story I told you, this occurrence took place at my grandparents' house. Now, I won't waste time setting the scene again in this video. Check out the first video called The Room for that. It had probably been a good 3 months or so since the first experience I had in that house. That's not to say that everything had been quiet since then. Every once in a while, I'd hear knocking or the sound of doors closing, but I learned to sort of deal with it. I was okay with that, as long as I didn't have to see anything. Then it happened. It was a gloomy, overcast evening. I had just poured myself a bowl of cereal for dinner, as I often did while staying with my grandparents. I sat quietly at the table, reading the comic strip that came with the newspaper. It must have been around 6:30 or so. It was hard to tell because the clouds hadn't let the sun out all day. The windows in that house were interesting. I believe they're called sash windows. The window in the kitchen dining room led to a view of the backyard. You could see a couple trees and stuff, but what mainly caught my eye were the phone poles and power lines that ran through the yard. As you'd expect, there were often birds perched along them. I never really gave those birds a second thought. So I'm finishing up at the table when I hear a noise at the window. I look up from my comic and notice that a bird had landed on one of the window frames and seemed to be looking in at me. That's kind of funny, I thought. So I stared back at the bird, expecting him to fly away. But he didn't. He just stayed there looking at me. Now, I know he was staring at me because when I got up to take my bowl to the sink, he followed me with his eyes. I sit back down, curiously, to see how long this bird was gonna do this, right? That's when another bird flies down and perches itself on the window. Now I have two birds staring at me. As odd as that was, it still didn't fall out of the realm of ordinary for me. But then, two more birds fly down. Then two more. Within seconds, there were at least 20 to 30 birds on the window. Then, they slowly start to peck the window at me. The sound grew louder and louder as they all followed suit. It got so loud, I had to cover my ears. I closed my eyes. I couldn't help but recall what I had seen in the room at the end of the hallway. My heart raced. I was just about to turn and run out of the dining room when I sensed something behind me. In hindsight, I think the birds were trying to tell me something. I opened my eyes. That's when I remember that there was a large kitchen knife in the sink where I'd placed my bowl. I dart over, grab it, and turn around. Nothing's there. The door to the room creaks as it slowly closes, as if someone on the other side had shut it. I was the only person in the house.